From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Perez.
And I'm Calvin Hughes, and here's a look at the stories making news on this Friday night.
A day after announcing arrests, we're learning who has been charged in the murder of a firefighter. The Broward Sheriff's Office says 3 suspects are now behind bars. They say 19-year-old Tori Holton, 20-year-old Jose Garcia Romero, and 32-year-old Marco Rico were fleeing from an attempted murder scene in Palm Beach County the night the firefighter was killed. Christopher Randazzo was found dead in Lauderdale by the Sea last weekend. Investigators saying 2 others were involved but are not facing any charges at this time.
I don't know how nobody got hurt. It's not only what you see behind me, it's 200 feet behind that, because the crane was fully extended when it came down. So it's done some pretty severe damage to a lot of buildings.
Firefighters describing a crane collapse in Hialeah. The moment of impact was caught on camera here. It happened at a carpentry business along West 16th Avenue and 33rd Place. The collapse left a hole in the rooftop there, and people were inside at the time, but no one was injured.
Surveillance video showing an FIU student putting up a fight against robbers. It happened earlier today when police said the student was followed from the bank to FIU's parking garage 6. The 2 guys parked in front of the victim's car. After a confrontation, the victim jumps on the hood of the suspect's car. Police are still looking for those suspects.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
The Trump administration is reportedly banning U.S. flights to all Cuban cities except Havana. The Transportation Department will announce that JetBlue and American flights to Santa Clara, Holguin, and Camagüey will be banned starting in December. The reason is reportedly to prevent tourism to Cuba.
As breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online.
You can always go to our website, local10.com, for more local news coverage and your updates. We'll see you back here on Monday.